from the most watched station in Central Texas. This is KWTX News 10.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us today at noon. I'm Madison Adams. We'll get a check of today's top stories in just a minute, but first let's join Sean Bellafury in the Forecast Center. Sean, what does the rest of the week look like for Central Texas?
A little bit hot, unfortunately.
Thanks, Sean. New at noon, Midway High School was sent into soft lockdown mode after a threat was posted through social media early this morning. Midway High School was placed on soft lockdown this morning after police received reports of a threat over social media. Hewitt police tell us someone sent a message over Snapchat with a gun and a message telling people to not go to Midway High School if they wanted to stay safe. Hewitt police are still investigating. At this point, no arrests have been made. And Hico ISD is issuing word today an elementary student has been diagnosed with viral meningitis. The school district did not say how they believe the student caught the virus, but is confident no other children will be sickened. Parts of the elementary school and playground were disinfected yesterday. A credit union robbery has police searching for a suspect today. The robbery happened at the CT Waco Federal Credit Union yesterday. This is the man police say robbed it. He was wearing a Gas Monkey Garage t-shirt, a cap, and sunglasses. It's not clear if he had a weapon, but if you recognize this man, you're urged to call Waco police. And the Wheel of Justice from yesterday has already worked. Waco police needed your help finding 26-year-old Andrew Allman, but since the Wheel of Justice aired, police say he's turned himself in. He was wanted for probation violation evading arrest. And for the better parts of 3 decades, the family of an 11-year-old boy who vanished in 1989 held out hope. Jacob Wetterling's parents are finally facing heartbreaking proof of their little boy's violent death 27 years ago. Reed Binion reports. Still ahead today at noon, Killeen's budget woes continue to leave citizens concerned at city council meetings. What some people say should happen to fix the problem. And it's the big day for iPhone lovers. Apple is expected to announce its new big phone any moment now. We'll have the details up next. The city of Killeen is continuing to work over its budget for next year and how to dig itself out of an $8 million shortfall. Last night's council meeting about the city's budget was a vocal one. Several people presented suggestions and concerns to the council on the topic, and many said the city should be audited from the outside. Others suggested cutting or even freezing city employees' salaries or creating a committee to monitor the budgets in the future. Thanks, Sean. New at noon, the Baylor football season is underway, but the dust has hardly settled from the scandal that left the university without a president, athletic director, and head football coach. For months, News 10 has been investigating what really happened that caused Baylor to go into a tailspin this spring and why much of the blame was put on the football program, especially Art Briles. We talked with 10 people directly interviewed by Pepper Hamilton investigators who say they have serious questions about the motives of the firm. At least 3 people told us they felt there was a racial bias in the questioning. Meanwhile, the attorney who represented Art Briles in the contract negotiation with Baylor after his firing, but no longer represents the coach, says one thing is for sure: Art Briles never covered up a sexual assault.
As I understand it, Baylor's investigators had 8.5 years of
And happening tonight, part 2 of our lengthy investigation and what else we've learned in the past months. We're learning more about how the Killeen City Council could trim the city's budget to cut back on the city's multi-million-dollar shortfall. News 10 has learned the city's shortfall is actually closer to $6 million, not the earlier estimated $7 million. The plan is to cut the budget in all of the city departments by 2.5%, saving more than $2 million. There's also talk of cutting back on city employee overtime, and that could save another $500,000. Still ahead today at noon, the Elite Cafe sells at last. What's next for Waco's iconic restaurant? And the Donald Trump continues down the campaign trail. What's next for his rivals Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders? We'll be right back.